Hi, this is JP Morgan. Today on Sidelines, we're going to take a look at batteries. What you can fly with, what you feel comfortable checking in your checked bags, what you should carry on with you, and what you shouldn't take with you. Because we have all these batteries, and they're in all of our equipment, and we're going to fly somewhere, what are the restrictions when it comes to flying with batteries? First off, let's go right to the really basic batteries. If you've got just the old standard run-of-the-mill batteries, AA, AAA, C, D, all these batteries, can you fly with these? Can you check them? Can you carry them on? What can you do? How many can you take with you? You can take as many of these as you want. You can check them, you can put them in your carry-on, and you can put them in devices. There is no restriction on how much of these batteries you can take with you on an airplane. But now let's move to lithium ions. Lithium ion batteries are in just about everything that we use, and this is where the restrictions start to be a little strange. First off, any batteries that go in cameras and are in cameras can be left in the cameras, and they are considered no problem whatsoever. So Canon batteries, Sony batteries, even the large one for my C200, it's still under 98 watts, and it can go in the camera and be left in the camera, and it can be carried on with it in the camera, or it can be put into the luggage. If you want to check it, you can check it as long as it's in the camera. Those do not count as batteries that are loose, so you can set those in the camera. Definitely put those in the camera. These are batteries I use a lot. These are Sony L batteries or NPF batteries. These batteries are seldom installed in anything. As wonderful as these L series batteries are from IndyPro, the problem with them is that they have contacts and they're rarely ever in anything. Are they a 100-watt battery? No, they're not. Generally speaking, these larger ones are going to be about a 48-watt, and the smaller ones may be like 30 or 25 to 30 watt. But they are part of that 4-battery contingency you can carry onto the airplane. Well, you can carry 8 of these, and that equals 4 100 watts, because they're just under 48 watts, or just around 48 watts each. So 2 of these equals 1 of these, you know? 4 of these equals 2 of these. I will often carry at least 2 or 3 of the 99-watt batteries and about 4 of these. And that just, I feel like I have enough batteries at that point. Now, technically speaking, you can't have a whole bunch of these loose batteries without that becoming part of your lithium-ion battery restriction for carry-on to the airplane. I put all of my batteries in a small zipper case. So in this zipper case, I will have my Sony batteries all lined up. This is a Canon one, but I'm going to stick it in there anyway. And now those are all zipped together. I put on it Sony batteries. I'm not making any secret about what it is. I've never been stopped or asked about this at all because it is in a enclosed container. It's zipped. I've never had an issue with it. I get asked this question all the time. I've got my Westcott 200 FJ, or I've got my Westcott 400 FJ. Can I fly with these? And the answer to this question is you can check these without any problem. I check my strobe heads, and I check them all the time. You can check any piece of equipment into your checked on baggage as long as the battery is installed in the device that it runs. So as long as my battery is on my FJ400, then I can check it. I can check, and a lot of times I have a case that has 4 FJ400s in it, and I check that bag and put it on the airplane in my SKB case. I do that all the time. The minute I separate this, and I now have battery in my hand, now I can't put it loose in my checked-in baggage. I now have to carry it on. So the best way to carry the batteries for your strobes is to keep them installed in the device. The reason this is most batteries that are installed in equipment are under 99 or 100 watts. So like this one's about a 65 watt, this is about a 45 watt battery. Those are under the battery restriction level, and they are in the device. So there's no possibility that this is going to accidentally fall against a piece of metal and create some kind of a short and cause a fire. As long as it's installed in the device, then you don't have to worry about it being create an issue on the airplane. Now for production, we carry larger batteries. These are IndyPro batteries. These are new batteries. They're a 99-watt battery, super small V-mount battery, and super lightweight. They are excellent battery because of their size. These are pretty revolutionary because they're so small. How many of these can I carry on the airplane? it says on TSA 4, and some airlines say 4 to 6 or 8. So that was very unclear about this. So I did some checking with IndyPro and some other companies, and they say, you know what, 4 to 6 of these are never going to cause a problem for you. If you can have 8 or 10 of them, it's probably going to start to cause a problem for you. So you definitely can carry 4 of these without any concern whatsoever. 4 batteries under 100 watts each. You can carry 2 160 watt batteries, up to 2 160 watt batteries, not more than 2, and you may only carry them on. You may not check them. Now, if you have 2 160 watt batteries and then you start stacking on 99 watt batteries, you're going to start to have a problem. They're going to start saying you're carrying way too much. Some airlines will give you special permission to carry up to a 300 watt battery, one, not more than one. 2 160s, up to a 300, but that you have to check with the airline and you have to get that written permission from them. Don't risk it unless you have that. It'll never work. How should you package your batteries when you're going to travel? You might be wondering yourself, well, why should I package my batteries when I travel? It just avoids any questions going through TSA. It'll avoid any questions that may come up with the airlines. If they are packaged correctly, most of the time people are not even going to notice or care. So if you package them like one of these 3 ways, it'll just make sure your batteries are just going to fly right through and on the airplane with you without any problem. So the number one way is just simply put them in their original box. If you bring batteries in their original packages, AA, AAA, Cs, whatever, in their original packages, you're never going to have a problem. If you put these kind of 99 watt batteries in the original box, if I can get it open, just drop that battery in there, close that box up. Now, it says right on it what it is. When they open it, it is what it said it is. And there's no question. There's not going to be any question about that. And it doesn't look as scary as a big row of batteries in your carry-on case. If you can't put them in their original packaging, then what I do is I just do something to secure it. Put them in a Ziploc bag. That means that they're all together and they're less likely to touch a piece of metal or something and create a short. I do this for my batteries. If you're going to travel with the battery, you just simply take your battery, take a little piece of electrical tape, and now when I take that electrical tape, I tape over the contacts for my battery. I use yellow electrical tape because I want them to see it and know that I have taken the time to make sure that that battery is not going to have any kind of electrical short. This is not your contacts on a gold mount battery. These are not electrical contacts. So on a gold mount battery, where would I put that tape? I'd put it right there across that little section there. Now, when they open up and look at your bags, your batteries have all got tape on them. They're secured and there's not a problem. And now, 3 great tips helping you travel just a little easier. Number 1 is get a media badge. You can download this over at thesunlens.com. This is a great indicator of the fact that you are a professional photographer, videographer, and they're not going to harass you about your equipment. With a media badge, you can call ahead of time and tell them that you are flying with media rate. And what that means is that they don't give you free bags, but they'll allow your bag, rather than being 50 pounds, to go as high as 90 pounds. So when you got a bag that you're checking on the airplane with a ton of equipment in it, that media rate allows you to have that extra weight without having to pay a premium for it. And that makes it much easier to fly with your equipment. You are legitimately a business just because you are a business. It isn't, you don't have to work for a large corporation. You can work for your own. It can be JP Morgan Pictures. That's what mine is. I've flown with this many, many times. Have a business card that matches it, so those two together become proof that you are media. And if you have your stuff in some kind of an SKB case or some case that looks like media, it's not going to be a problem. Number 2 is get TSA pre-check. It's just an easy thing to do. It lasts for about 5 years. They are not near as uptight in that pre-check line as they are on the other side. So I just think pre-check is an absolute fabulous way to fly. I've done that now since it came out. It's been perfect. And last of all, don't forget there is the Real ID. And this is something that just makes it even quicker to get through the airports, and it means that you're pre-screened, that they know you're less of a risk. And so carrying the batteries and things are going to be less of an issue for them because they know that you are an individual, that they have all your information. So I think the Real ID is a great thing to have as well.